Hey guys, welcome to another episode of 234 Essential. My name remains Ayomide Tayo AOT2 and my co-host is here.
Hi guys, welcome to the show. It's Ugochi the Evil Stallion here.
Your ginger is high today. Your morale is high.
Is it really?
Yes.
I think in my mind I've learned to start saying fuck y'all.
Okay. No grief for anybody.
Listen.
No grief for anybody. 2024.
Everybody. See anybody that is. Do you understand? Anybody that is just moving weird, fuck you.
Yeah, man.
Get
yeah.
out. If I can't say it physically to the person's face, just like mentally say it and then keep it moving.
Yeah, I understand you. I understand that energy. Thank you guys for listening to us. Thank you guys for joining us. The long-time listeners, thank you for being here. I'm sure you guys have caught up on the last episode, but if you've not, you can just do that before you want to jump on this new one. And anyhow you want to listen to it is fine. How you want to do it chronologically is best by you. If you're a first-time listener, welcome. This is the best podcast in the land. If you don't know what this is, 234 Essential is that podcast that helps you break down the Nigerian experience and helps you navigate life in this surprising, wonderful, energetic, positive country we call Nigeria. Let me just call it that way because times are hard. Times are trying. A lot of things are happening in the land, but we are pushing it. Yeah. Thank you guys for listening to us. If you want to send fan mail, you can send fan mail at 234essential.com.
And follow us on every social media platform at 234 Essential Podcasts.
Yes. Okay, now there was a small glitch in the night post office. So we are recording this like almost impromptu. So we couldn't reach now time for him to give us fan mails and release therapy. But nevertheless, we'll do that next week. We are Nigerians. Mail doesn't come on time. So you people should relax. You should relax. Yeah.
I think we should be honest about something with ourselves in Nigeria. Maybe email culture is not our thing.
No, email is fine, but I've got a mail, like physical mail. Then I don't know, because
we don't really, nobody's going to pick up their mail or read it. So
be quitting. I beg. Funny enough, I still see in Ikeja there's still a mailbox where you can put mail in it. Yeah, it's in front of one big chemist shop like this. Normal post mail where you can just slot in your letter. I'm sure that place has not been opened in the last 30 years. I am sure.
But guess what? Bless your head. They might actually be functional, operational.
Ugochi, that thing is already cemented to the ground. It looks like an artifact already. It doesn't look like it's functioning. It looks like an artifact.
I feel like there's something I call this thing that we're having a conversation about, right? And I feel like there's a high-handedness of the Nigerian middle class. Let me explain myself. I feel like sometimes we're so high-handed that we forget how poor we are in this country. And the middle class, I mean, really, is there really a middle class? But like people who are affording
Sakpa class.
And the Sakpa challengers, because now they challenge the Sakpa.
Sakpa, they beat us some days, we they beat them some days. Anyone.
That's boss. Anyhow, the hand take me to collect them. The next day, it will be. It is well. That's our language. That's the motto. It is well. Sakpa challengers. It is well. Anyway, there's this high-handedness of the non-existent Nigerian middle class, right? Where we sometimes feel like everybody in Nigeria can afford the basics. And that's so crazy because we know that
that's not even the middle class. I think that's like the 1%. Because at this point, even myself.
If you're 1% like this now. When did you enter 1% net tax bracket? And I don't know.
No, I said what you're saying is 1%, not me. Because I know that there's hunger in the land, there's famine in the land, there's pain in the land. I know that one.
It's just that thing where we feel like everybody has a phone, everyone has access to internet, everyone is just living comfortably. It's just like what? How can
people are using like 3310 in this country? No, they are 3310.
That's if they even see. 3310 is a little elitist right now. Nokia 3310 is about 15K,
Oh, there are
if not
cheaper ones
more.
now. Okay, let me look for there are cheaper phones now.
itel
Mm-hmm.
phones, all
Uh-huh.
those China ones that LUC or something funny. Just even those ones, sef, people they wasting no get.
Of course now.
Man, that's some wild ass shit.
Welcome to Nigeria, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Nigeria.
Crazy.
And in this same country, person they drive Tesla. It's
Now
good.
what for you? They're driving
It's good.
2024 models of Range Rovers
It's
on
nice.
the
It's
bad
nice. It's
road.
fair. It's fair. It's fair. It's fair.
Do you know
It's okay. Since we don't have farm mails, let's just talk about how our week went.
me? I wanted
It
to
was
banter first though,
about
because
an hour, a long time there now. No be NTA. This is
there's
not NTA.
do you
We don't
listen.
just the talk they go
I wanted to banter because I don't really see Shaggy and Shaggy don't really see me. We are seeing each other,
already.
right?
It's just the 16th of
It,
January. Oh. We never even reach
it
31st.
feels like mid-year.
Speaking of January, this January don't dey long. It don't start in longness now because money
Do
don't dey
you
finish.
feel? Do
Yes,
you
so
feel so?
it
Ah,
feels like I said Happy New Year like 4 months ago.
do you, fair enough. I don't feel like that in terms of the stretch. You guys, sorry, my alarm just went off. I don't know what this alarm is for, but shit, I hit the snooze button.
Oh,
Ah. Anyway, everybody, once you hear it again, just know it's 10. Is midnight. It's the witching hours. What they said, they say the witchy hours.
it's the witch hours, the witching hours. Yes,
The witching hours. Great.
where our
Anyway,
our mothers go for their meetings.
see, my own annoyance is like, it's not that I will not say don't go for meeting, but like, how can you be watching us, your children, go through shaggy and not trying to press the neck of the people
Yeah,
that are
you are
trying to
speaking that one.
unalive
You
us?
are speaking that one. When Oyibo people came with slave, with sheep to carry us, where were they?
Hell, Chuku,
Well, see,
our
please
issues are
go back to your Shege Pro Max, please. Let's not go too deep, please. Let's just maintain the status quo as we did go.
I mean, first of all, I had the most interesting weekend. No. Let me start from this point. Um, I don't believe that it is a luxury to drive an SUV in Nigeria.
It's a
That's
necessity
what.
now.
Yes, I don't think it is a luxury to drive an SUV in Nigeria, because what are these roads really? First of all, Lekki Ekpe Expressway. The no, let me talk from for fifth roundabout all the way to. I know the people who live from Chevron, Aja, they'll probably have my neck for this, but like the potholes on the road, what? And very unassuming. Like the road can be smooth one, like for the next 500 meters or something. Next thing, you just see one unassuming pothole somewhere. Like what? It's not even funny anymore what's going on. Like the roads are bad, terrible. I don't know if this is a ploy to try to reopen that which must not be named, or
I beg.
or if like really like there's nobody checking anything, and I feel someone who is feeling it too snug. Let me know. I think I've gone too far. Even probably the local government chairman or something. I don't at this point. I don't know who to question or who to call, because the roads are not even smiling, and we know that once the rains come and those
See, you're not
and
understanding. You're not understanding where Lagos government is going. We don't want road
see,
again. They're giving us railway now. There's no more road. You people are not expected to be on road now. They're going to track. They're going to use tracks everywhere. So everywhere na train.
so
If you want to go your
so
neighbor
where
house, na train. If you want to go
you
church,
from
na
your
train you
side
go
now?
use. If you
From
want
your side
go,
now, get train.
if you want go chemist, na train you go use.
Bust my head.
Yes,
What?
now. What
That's
do you need road for?
what do we really need road for? Because we don't have it. At the end of the day, we no get. It's just been. It's I don't know. I went to the mainland. I went to the mainland sometime during the weekend, and the potholes. First of
Oh,
all, the car that we were in was a low car, and the bumps on the road literally tore the bottom of her fender open. That's how bad it was. Like, I beg, if you drive anybody you see driving an SUV in Nigeria, they are really just trying to save their lives
yeah, so
from
for you enter a crater.
mechanic. Do you understand? It's crazy, but I just needed to put that out there first. The remaining shaggy and banter will come during the course of the conversation. But yeah, my first disclaimer for the night or for the
All right.
episode. Yes.
So how was your week
Maybe I
then? Your last
I
7 days.
wanted to give you a quick turn. I want to say, Ayo, how was your week? Then you
Oh,
beat me
let me
to the
start
chase.
first. Now.
Great.
My week, I think the previous week, yeah, that's like the first true working week of the year, because that other week was not a working week where all of us were zombies. We're just going through the motions. So the previous 7 days was like, the first working week. It took me a while to get into my stride because it's not easy after that whole
Mm-hmm.
long December to going to work. Capitalism, going to the
Mm-hmm.
office is stressful. Um,
Can you
but on a good note, the videos I've been putting out have been more consistent, getting good
see?
feedback. Yes.
Oh,
Um,
on.
sometime during the week, Don Jazzy said I should just invite him as a collaborator so that the video will appear on his own page too.
Mado.
So I did that. Yeah, I did that for my recent video, and the numbers have been mad.
Let me go and
Um,
see. I don't
the
know this
maddest
one.
one,
I'm not.
the maddest one I saw today, this one,
Mm-hmm.
a few minutes before we started recording, was that
Mm-hmm.
Two Face shared my video on this Instagram story. I'm
I'm
like, wow.
Mado.
I'm like, wow. Okay, we thank God. The
Love
ministry is moving.
it.
Yeah. So
It's going forward.
more
That's the truth.
more creative work, me putting myself out more, just being consistent. I don't want it to be a January thing. I want it to be like, even when it's July, August, deep into the year,
Mm-hmm.
I'm still putting out great content out there. Yeah. I'm
Love it.
thinking of ways to improve like the videos with more colors, more dynamism,
Mm-hmm.
more great editing. So yeah, that's what I've really been on, and that's it basically. And looking for money also, because
I
person goes
mean,
to pay rent.
all of this. When is your rent due?
April.
Your one is close. Oh wow, what am I talking about? Mine is just the next month after. What kind of
Wow.
adulting is this? This is called rent sinking. The way women
Mm.
have period sinking, we're rent sinking at this point.
Yeah. So
But um, your week sounds great. First of all, big ups on the Don Jazzy collaboration. I
yep.
think that's really insane. I feel like it's a long time coming, Shari, and I hope like you also feel that way about it because you've
Yeah, I
been
do.
in this shit for um I don't know. I've been on a social media detox. No, okay, that's a lie because it then sounds like it was largely intentional, but I've not been on social media in a minute. Anyway, my week has been I don't know, interesting. The weekend was really good for me. Um, I would say that the past couple of weeks have been challenging personally. Um, there's been a lot of different small, let me not say small because not everything was small, but there's been a lot of challenges that I've had to deal with. Um, but in all, I mean, I'm here. I'm still here, and I'm grateful for
That's the
that.
thing, man. As
So
long as you're still standing on your 2 feet.
exactly. I'm grateful to God first. Because really it has really been particularly challenging, and I'm holding on to it, and I'm holding on to whatever faith I have in God. Trust me that my belief and faith has dwindled and has been put to question. Let me not say dwindled, has been put to question many times in this period, but I'm grateful. Um my week has been interesting. I went for a 1-year-old birthday party over the weekend. My
Yeah.
very good friend for God knows how many years now. Pretty much my sister, her daughter turned 1. I know that thing they say about 1 year old birthday parties is really just for the adults to come and
Yes,
link
come
up.
and eat and drink and gossip.
Listen, and wear party hats and behave like children when the
Yes, so
children are actually sitting there not having the time of their lives. But yeah, it was it was a good one. I also went for a friend's company beginning of the year party with a complaint say money no day, but some people get them and they spend
ah,
them. But that was fun. That was a fun outing. Okay, midnight. Um, I've had an interesting week work wise. Learning on the job, learning and relearning, unlearning, finding out ways to I don't want to say succeed, but yes, for lack of a different word, not a better word, but finding ways to succeed at the things that I'm doing. Um I'm finally in process of registering my consultancy as a proper business.
you
Uh, I know. And I just found out that for you to register a consultancy in Nigeria, you need to be part of a professional body in Nigeria.
go
You
for what?
can't, yep. You can't be a consultant. There are two requirements. You must have first a certificate or in the field that you're looking to consult in, and then you must have what's it called, you must be part of a professional body here in Nigeria that is also in line with what it is that you're trying to do for you to register as a consultant.
Oh, wow.
That was I also found out this week that passport prices have increased.
God help
We've
us.
always known, but yeah, it's actually I don't want to say high, but for those who are looking to renew their passports, 32 pages 5 years is 90,000, 64 pages 5 years is 110,000, and 64 pages 10 years is 150,000. So decide what it is that you want to do. Um the Whether they're trying to reduce the bracket of people that are jackmine, I don't know. But sha Akaracha must find a way. But yeah, chocolate I mean, I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, it's been an interesting week. A lot of introspection, a lot of anxiety, a lot of silver linings and hope. Um, Learning and growing, pretty much. That's what my week has been like. But we keep it pushing. I don't know where the energy is coming from, but somehow we're pushing through.
That's the
Yeah,
spirit. That's the spirit.
that
Before
is
we
it.
proceed, um,
To give you what
I
you
just
need.
I just like to talk briefly about this breaking situation that's happened in Ibadan. There was a loud
Mm-hmm.
explosion. Nobody knows.
Yes.
We don't know the cause. We don't. Some people are, the popular theory is that it's gas explosion or something
My
like that. Lives have been lost already. Houses have been leveled down already. So I guess our thoughts and prayers with the people in Ibadan right now. And over the next days, we'll get clarity on what happened. Hopefully, on the situation on
hopefully
what led to this tragic event. Hopefully, fingers
see,
crossed. Yeah,
check on your loved ones in Ibadan. Check on
check out.
them. Find out if they're
Yeah,
okay.
don't just say because it's a big
And
city that your people are not affected.
do you understand? We don't even know what part of Ibadan it has happened in. Is there any
Um,
reports
the,
as to that?
yes, there's a report as to that. There are people in Ibadan who have already gone to the ground zero, allegedly or
Okay.
reportedly.
Wow.
But
My
by like I said,
God.
by the time you are listening to this, I think we'll have a clearer picture of what happened or where the location is.
Yeah. My God. I
Okay.
hope that
Yeah.
no life was lost in all of this.
No, lives were lost.
And
We would know. I've heard two people
my
already
God.
dead. Confirmed.
Oh my God. May God rest their souls.
Amen. No.
Fuck. Does it get any
Um,
worse? in
But
Nigeria. It's just like
oh, it will. It will. It will. There's no. You just have to accept it right now. It's true. There's
it's
no.
just
There's no
we
sugarcoating it. It's the
see like
country
before
that.
we started.
Yeah.
No, finish is the country that.
It's a country that we do not work for. So you can't expect to have a great country, a compassionate country, if the citizens don't actively demand that from the people they've elected. So a great country cannot just appear and we'll sit down and we enjoy life. It doesn't work
Yeah,
like that. It doesn't work
I
like that.
I
So
agree with that.
everything we are suffering right now is because of our lax attitude towards politics and governance. So
Mm-hmm.
let's enjoy the ride.
To be very honest, right? When people say, "Oh, I tried the last election, I'm not doing it again," it's just like it begs the question. Like I say this all the time. Like I say to myself, like nobody is going to hand you the Nigeria that you desire. Nobody's going to give it to us. The oppressor is not going to say, "Oh my God, you know what? They tried this time. I need to let them go now. I need to give it back to them." No,
Yeah,
it's a
and there are more
continuous
ways.
process.
Yeah, and there are more ways to
Mm-hmm.
even challenge the system. It's not just by saying you're voting. I've been meaning to write
Mm-hmm.
this letter and I'm going to write it now because it's really, really annoying. And that's to the state house of
Yeah.
reps that's on my so-called state of our reps. There is a road
Mm-hmm.
in Ogba. If anybody knows where the Nigerian Institute of Journalism is, and that's where area there's WAEC on that road, there's NIG on that road, and I think there's area G or F, one of the police stations. The
Mm-hmm.
road there has become a mess. We don't have potholes anymore on that road. We call them craters.
Wow.
Craters. Cars sink in there.
Honestly.
Trailers go there and they break down and they cause hold up. And this is a major road in Ogba.
Wow.
And this has gone on for like 5 or 6 months. Nobody has done anything from the government.
This is what we're
And
talking about.
I want to challenge because right now my state house of reps should be able to tell the governor that look, oh, my constituents are in this place. You need to fix this road for them. Well, I'm sure no Nigerian in this particular place will even say who is our state house of rep. We just complain, oh, the road is not good. And so let me even try and even try the
Mm-hmm.
system. At least the person give you car, you go drive am first. You not tell the person, oh, this car is not good though. It's not that
Exactly.
they'll give you car, they'll not say the car is not good. How do you know the car is not good? Yeah,
Exactly.
so
When you've not tried it.
yeah. So that is why I don't really lament anymore. I just believe that this is the country we deserve. So anything that happens, me will take it like that. Me will take it like that.
See, I don't even know how to feel about that because facts on facts, like
Yeah.
there's no first of all, one thing I know Nigeria that we will do in this country is that we will talk.
Oh
Everybody
yes.
knows the problem of Nigeria.
That's why
Everybody.
I don't when people say what is the solution, I don't talk, we know this thing. There's no all the theory, we've brought out all the theories, all the laws, all the postulations. He's not
This
talking,
this
Nigeria has passed talking.
the solution is jackpot because that's the next thing everybody thinks, and that's the
So
next thing
that is
everybody
because
says.
but that is not a feasible solution. 200 people cannot leave a
Exactly.
country. 200 million people cannot leave a country. Jackpot is even for
See,
jackpot for the people who have gotten to a financial level and they know that the quality of life is not going to
I
get
can
better.
afford to do this.
So
Exactly.
this money that we've acquired, we want to live a life outside. We might have to go back
Mm-hmm.
a level or two, but over
Mm-hmm.
the
Or
years,
more.
it is certain that we will come up again and we'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Mm-hmm.
is it. But the people below the poverty line who spend less than $1 a day, they can't dream of a jackpot now. Highest, you don't want to
How?
japa, they want to pass the Libya route, which is certain death. Either you die in the desert,
Mm-hmm.
or you die when you are crossing the ocean, or you even
Mm-hmm.
die when you reach the place you are going to. And what kind of life you'll be living as a beggar from hand to mouth. So what's the point?
I feel I feel like I feel like that's naturally is our and guess what? I'm not even gonna lie to you. I have friends who have said to me, Ugochi, the smartest thing to do is to jackpot. Facts, it's true, right?
Oh yes, it
We need
is.
to we
But
because
guess what?
we see the yeah.
Nigeria is not going to get better with Japa. It solves nothing.
Of course not.
That's never going to
Of
solve. It's
course
never
not.
going to solve anything. Is an
Of course not.
escapist. It's kind of like an escapist alternative for people who can afford it. It's like there's a sinking ship and you can afford to get a lifeboat before everybody else, like Titanic, where rich people could get the
Exactly.
lifeboats. Yeah, but
Exactly.
at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Sad, but we'll talk about it during the kidnap thing, in deep. But for now, let's
I
move into something funnier.
I
I
wanted
beg. Yeah,
I want to say something like in respect to what you just talked about right
yeah,
now.
go ahead. Yeah,
I feel like there's always a silver lining, and if there's any hope that Nigeria will be better again, I think I just got it right now. Should I tell you why?
why?
I'm not saying Nigeria will be better again because then it means that Nigeria was great before or something, but Nigeria will be better. Remember sometime last year when we were having this conversation about Jackpa stay and build the country, and
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
been saying, I told you that we shouldn't say our great country in quotes, but Nigeria is great. Like our people are premium. If there's one
No,
thing I just got from this
I don't
conversation
agree
right
to
now,
that one. But move
is
on.
that we're actually on the same side of the turf right now in this conversation, and I'm grateful for that.
Well,
Just if we can keep bringing people to this side of mentality,
it's not the matter.
one
Me, I just have like a realist view. Like, shout all you want. Go to church and they'll tell you pray for our leaders to make the right decision. That's, to me, that's a useless prayer point. I'm sorry if you're offended that I offended your daddy GO or your pope or your
Twitter.
general overseer or senior pastor. But if I go to a church now and the pastor says, please stand up and let's pray for our leaders, I will quietly carry my Bible and leave and never come back to that church again because it's a waste of time. It's a fucking
Prayer.
waste of time. Or when a
Yeah.
Nigerian leader comes, a Nigerian politician who is in office, a governor, senator, whoever comes, and you tell him to kneel down and you pray for him. There's no difference with you. There's no difference between you praying for that politician and you praying for a Yahoo boy. So there's no I don't have time for rubbish. Nigeria's solution has gone beyond religion, or say God, because God will not come down. There's in the history of the world, God has not come down to fix a country. It's the people that will fix that country by themselves. So let everybody. You can go to on Friday. You can go to your mosque. On Sunday, you can go to your church, and for those few hours, you can get that illusion. That spiritual drug that you need. But at the end of the day, you come out and you face Nigeria, and you find out
Prayer,
that all the prayer points they told you doesn't work. Simple as that.
prayer changes things.
No.
Period.
Prayer can work for your
Oh
personal life. Or say you want promotion and all that, but say to make this country great, more. Your guardian angel is just looking at you like, you're wasting prayer point. Just go and jog or something. No, just go and do push up. There's no point for you to be doing all this.
faith without work is dead.
Yes, now that's the thing. But we here in Nigeria, we don't know. Lord, let Nigeria be great. Okay, time to challenge the system now. Oga, why this road like this? Why is this happening? Why can't police stop kidnappings in this country? Everybody be like, one day God will answer our prayer. And God will be like,
Finally,
bruh,
at the end
I
of the
have
day,
I have rapture to worry about. I'm
at the end
thinking
of
of
the day,
rapture, the greatest event ever. I'm the project manager for that, and you're disturbing me with your country will
thank
get.
you. Please,
They there. I think I'll leave all my angels and then I'll be running up and you. No, 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 no. Yeah. But anyway, let's get into tweet of the week. And let's get the ball rolling. Speaking of churches, this one is a church related tweet. This person's name is Mr. Ade5, and he said, disturb your pastor's mood by asking for the church financial reports.
I know.
Yes, I
Do
agree.
that.
If I've donated for these years, I'm a shareholder. You are
But
in the
don't they
church. You
give?
are the church.
But like, I'm asking. So in Pentecostal churches,
Yeah.
don't they give a financial report?
Some churches do. Some churches is like, oh, thank you for giving God money, for God's business, and Shikena, self finish to attend to Israel.
Interesting.
Nigerian
So
Church
the
Inc.
so the Catholic Church has a group of people called a group called Laity Council.
Yeah.
Like what the legal council does is that like it looks into the non-spiritual part of the church, right? So
All
it
right.
looks into the people affair of the church. So like now them they give financial reports for the year. Now politics they did there normally because where the people of God are gathered, they must sharply politics.
I must always
But
be
like,
involved.
do you understand? But yeah, they tell you, they give like the breakdown of what the people and the monies have sort of looked like. I don't think they give a report for um offering money, but like
Yeah.
donations to church. Because how else are you able to explain how you're able to do what you're doing? You know, um like yeah, money is moving through the church, but how much is it and how much do you then need? So like they're the financial projectors or financial planners of the church as well. They are the ones that will give the harvest planning committee and how much they need to look for so that they're able to channel it into whatever projects that the church is looking to go into, that sort of thing. So I'm a little surprised that like, well, let me not say surprised because then I'll be behaving like a novice. But I'm sure there are people in the church that know how much the church is making. Might
Yeah.
not be general
Definitely.
knowledge. Yeah, it might not be general knowledge, but I'm sure there are people that actually know how much the church is making. Except, I mean, it's run like a one man business, and just the pastor knows.
Me, I don't know how much the church is making. No. Okay, all my small tithes, please, please and please, please and please. May no
I
cause
want to
fights.
see if the
Thank you very
seed is
much.
germinating.
Yeah. So can't just
Oh my god!
be we can't just be dropping money for pastor and he's driving Bentley and we will now leg this Benz will still there. It cannot be.
Don't worry, they'll pray
It
for
cannot
you.
be.
Sef. You enter private jets, not
Yeah.
just even Bentley self.
Amen.
To work.
Um, First topic that I want to talk about is the big one. We can't run away from it. We can't hide away from it. It's all over the news. I'm guessing that you guys already know about the kidnappings in Abuja, where two families or three families were kidnapped, and the kidnappers have been increasing the ransom and also killing the victims. Last I heard, three of the victims were killed, and now they've raised the ransom to 100 million naira. We all know the details. This happened in Abuja, presumably the safest
Perplexing.
state in Nigeria because that's the capital. That's where the seat of power is. But it doesn't seem so. Also during the week, 20 something, I think 25 or 26 people in Anambra were kidnapped. They were traveling, and kidnappers abducted them. And also they too are in their own. That's another whole mess right now. And you hear about stories of insecurity in the country. It's not only peculiar to a certain place in the country anymore. The north, the south, middle belt, everybody's going through it now, where kidnapping has become a big business, so to speak. And we are here. I wish we could speak about something positive about this country, like the Super Eagles winning a fucking match, but I guess they can't do that also. So we have to talk about the
Day
bad things
one.
making. I wish they drew. Please, let's move on. So yes,
Oh my
we
god.
are speaking about insecurity. If you could catch up with the Loose Talk Giants, the latest episode, or Loose Talk podcast, sorry, we spoke at length about that particular topic about the kidnapping. But I guess we'll talk about insecurity here today because it seems that you and I, and when I say you and I, we in Nigeria are no longer safe, and it's every man for
Mama,
himself. And
shout out
so
to this talk.
for me, it's just a sad situation that we cannot, you know, um, we cannot expect our security forces to keep Nigerians safe anymore. I know as a person, whenever I pass through like one of the major roads in Ikeja at night, I get stopped at every checkpoint, at a checkpoint. And you go always see what they're trying to do, trying to harass, looking for a loophole where they can, illegally get money from you, illegally detain you, and in some cases also kill you extrajudicially. And it's surprising that with so many checkpoints that we have in Lagos, right, insecurity is booming all over the country. Is it that the Nigerian police force don't have the common sense or logic to know that in the scale of preference, kidnapping should rank higher than stopping innocent Nigerians because they see them with flashy cars or they fit a certain stupid profile that you guys have always used to profile young Nigerians? There are people
I
being
remember.
kidnapped, innocent people who are being dragged away from their homes in estates. They're now in the bush, not knowing if they will die or not. And nothing is being done. But we keep seeing policemen here down south, either in the east, they are mounting roadblocks because they think that in Kano is the biggest problem in Nigeria. Or they come to southwest because they believe that every young person is a fraudster. Meanwhile, people are being kidnapped, being fathers are waking up to hear that stories of their daughters being killed. These are people who didn't commit any crime. They graduated hoping that they'll get a job in Nigeria and they'll live their life to the best of their abilities. But they're killed because security forces can't protect them. And this is my question: what is the job of the Nigerian police force? I know the answer, but I want you guys to
Stop
just
there.
think it, yeah, think over it,
That's
because
their
it
job.
seems that is just to harass citizens. We are in a
Yeah,
country,
stop there.
we're in a country that since these people have been sacked, I don't think the Minister of Police Affairs has said one thing. I don't think, I could be wrong. I don't think the IG has said anything. The Minister of the FCT, where this whole thing happened, would rather go to Rivers State and carry his band and be chasing the governor because allegedly now doesn't want to share the goodies of the state with him anymore. That say something. Today I heard that he has now called an emergency meeting. How many days after, when 3 lives were lost in a normal country, in the same country, right? The policeman in charge of, I don't know what, I don't know, I'm bad with police titles, whether it's the DP or something, in charge of that area, should have tendered his resignation immediately.
For real. In
Now we
Nigeria.
are hearing that
For
the police have gathered a special unit to comb the forest to go and look for kidnappers. And I'm like, you guys are jokers. You guys are jokers. And I know that the the for Nigeria to progress is not a 2-day thing, it's not a 3-day thing. Nobody's that stupid. It's not going to be, it's not even a 4-year thing. But there's a way that the leadership, the political class can react to certain things that you know that even if it takes us 20 years to get there, we believe in these people, let's do it.
at least
Nothing from
body
Aso
language.
Rock. Nothing from Aso Rock. Nothing from the Senate. The Senate will cry, shout, jump, somersault and roll for new cars in this country. But once an innocent person has been kidnapped or killed, they keep quiet. Today, as we
They're
speak,
big.
there's no value on the Nigerian life. The Nigerian life is valueless. It's beyond zero right now. If you die for nothing. Nobody cares about you. And unfortunately, we're in a country that we are very docile people, right?
Very.
This happened in Abuja. That girl was killed on a Saturday night or maybe Sunday morning, and everybody in Abuja on a Sunday, I believe, went to church or some stayed home, enjoyed themselves. When in a normal country, that city has been shut down by people demanding, not calling for an overthrow of government, but demanding that something has to be done as soon as possible, because they understand that if somebody can be kidnapped from his home, it can happen to me too. Nothing makes you special. It can happen to you. And that is why I'm sick and tired of people coming out to make testimonies and say, oh, United States, they kidnapped 3 people, but they not kidnap our own family members. Glory be to God. That's stupid. That's not Christianity. Because a Christian should not be happy that his neighbor has fallen into bad times or into evil while you are there. But as Nigerians, we keep doing this and we keep enjoying it. So this is the country we live in right now. Some people are saying that, are clamoring that Nigerians should start carrying arms. And I believe this is a worthy cause, because if the men in black cannot keep me safe and the men in green cannot keep me safe, may I hold my Ruger for nights, and everybody way I don't know will jump my fence headshot straight. I don't have time. If everybody wants to be if that side of the country wants to be lawless and the people who are meant to ensure our lives cannot do anything, then everybody should strap up now, because it's real out here. It's just sad, but this is the reality we live in this country.
Fuck.
Yeah, Ugochi can speak.
That no, like I was just listening to you and I was like, it's so crazy how quickly like our system is deteriorating. Um, I remember like I think it yesterday or 2 days ago, Pulse Nigeria put out a post where they asked that what is one thing that, or what are the things that you've seen that have faded away in the economy in the past 10 to 30 years, and
Yeah.
like people just kept on posting things, and it really struck a chord with me that almost there's so much we lack. The empathy gap in Nigeria has wide, like the lack of empathy in Nigeria has
Nobody cares now. I look
widened.
as
We
not
are
with
not
your family members. Nobody cares. Keep moving.
we're not empathic people anymore. We lack shame. We are not as hardworking anymore. Earning a living is father is becoming quickly a myth than it is a good thing. People shit on your hustle. You know, you were saying something about policemen stopping people in flashy cars. Right now, I was hearing somebody talking over the week saying like, "Oh my, Yahoo no they pay again." Oh. Say boys need to enter streets, go do it, and they need to. And while you were talking about it, it made sense in my head all of a sudden. So what are you trying to? What are you going to the streets to do? You're
You
going to
rob,
go
you
and
kidnap.
form a ring of kidnapping people, or do you get what I mean? And now they're saying that it's so difficult. The government has crippled a lot of the foreign exchange system here in Nigeria. And they're now needing to find ways. This is not me saying that. I want to clear this first. This is not me saying, oh, it will be better for these boys to be doing Yahoo. No, it is that our economy is so crippled that insecurity thrives too deeply and too comfortably in Nigeria. Our years of systemic failure in Nigeria that is driven largely by corruption, has crippled the economy so much so that insecurity now seems like common stay.
Yes, it
We
does.
hear about kidnappings. Do you understand? We hear about kidnappings. We hear about people being seized from their family on the roads, and it's just like business as usual. The country is okay. We're fine. You know, as far as you check your people did, then it's okay. How long till before it is then? God forbid you us. How long? Because nothing is promised at this point. Nothing is promised because the body language of the government is very, just as I have rightly said, body language is completely tone deaf.
It's non-existent at this
I'm
point, sir.
just what I'm seeing about Tinubu on the news is him talking about shutting this one for 6 months. We're talking about the citizenry, the reason you are president, are under severe attacks, and there is nothing, absolutely nothing being done. Was he in Jos, or where somewhere in the north that they killed like over 100 people were killed?
Yeah,
Nothing.
plateau.
Pla-
Nothing. No. People have moved on.
no- Nothing was said.
And it's funny. Sorry to cut you short. It's funny to think that we believe that the blood of the innocent are not crying for justice in this country.
Do you get what I mean?
If we just move on like that, and people are dead, no investigation,
So
no nothing. Move on.
we're hearing high cases of bombings, shootings, killings, kidnappings, armed robbery, arson all over Nigeria. Nothing.
Nothing. And we have men on the streets who just come to extort innocent citizens.
Do you get what I
It's
mean?
amazing. Yeah.
No, like it's really mind blowing to me. And as we talk about these things, it seems as though like we're really just coming on here to rant and shit. But imagine Wike saying that sometimes the media blows things out of proportion. After he called emergency meeting in Abuja with the security,
It's not his child that has been kidnapped now. It's not his child that has been kidnapped.
it really blows my mind. He says the media blows things out of proportion. Okay, even if it is a little, if they say if there are 10 cases and they say there are 100, that 10 is not enough for you to take action. must it then turn into the 36 states first before you then realize that okay, this shit has become that they need to declare a state of emergency in Nigeria as it is right now? There's no part of the country that is safe. No parts. Even the Lagos where we dey talk now because say we too plenty for here it choke now why we
You
not
know they hear it day.
you understand? But people go missing in this state on a daily. Every day, people go missing in Lagos. And because we have no correct numbers, we have no checks, we have nothing. It's just really people existing here. And it's becoming so easy to commit crime in Nigeria because there's no law and order. There's no cause and effect. If you do something that nothing, nobody's checking, nobody's trying to nip it in the bud. Everybody just now all these boys, they just why? It's so nonchalant, it's crazy. I'm just looking.
It's
First off, I know that I'm not a social media person. I stay away from social media. But today, opening social media, this kidnapping thing was the first thing I read.
yeah.
I'm just like, what? So from the kidnappers had increased the money from 60 million per person to 70 million. Now there's 100 million.
Yes,
and
now
in total,
because
700 million. Well, now
they'll see the crowdfunding effort on Twitter, and they say, okay, people can actually raise money for you. Okay, now we'll take it higher.
we really are encouraging the country that we are really
This is the country that we
deserve.
deserve. This is the country that we did not work for. So this is the benefit of what we are enjoying. You know, it's just sad to see. Uh, at this point, everybody now you be your president, now you be your minister of defense, now you be your own policeman. No. Don't think
But
anybody
we've
not come
been
and save
though.
you. Yeah, but now
But
it's
we've been
worse.
for a minute, and if we don't band together to try to say enough is enough, until the people know that they are until how they say it, until the people know that they are powerful than the people in power, or how do they say that?
Mm-hmm.
Then nothing is ever going to change. We're just going to be moving in circles. We'll keep
It's
accepting what's being dished out to us.
it's yeah.
um Finish, tell
The
say.
problem we have is a lack of accountability in this country. If something goes wrong, who is responsible for that? If a building goes down in this country, first of all, arrest the people who are constructing it first. But
Oh
who
yeah.
is that state official who approved that building? That person should go for manslaughter immediately. If people died in a collapsed building, that's manslaughter already. But we throw everything under the carpet. Then it happens again. Then it happens again. Then you not wonder why overseas they are doing better than us, because these people don't play. Any small thing like this, they know that this thing can spread and cause a bigger problem.
Kids. Mm-hmm.
Let me read a story. There was a school shooting last year in America, or 2 years ago, right? And the police department in that area responded very slow to that school shooting, which led to the death of it led to the death of 19 children and 2 teachers.
Mm-hmm.
The district police chief was fired for the slow response of his department. Fired straight up, no questions
Actually,
asked. But
100%.
Nigeria, we are afraid to fire people. We say, what happened to their family? What will their family eat? Next time they'll think about that if they're acting slow.
See.
2 weeks ago, 2 policemen were kicked off the force for asking a female biker who is going around Africa for money. I think that video went viral. And they
Yeah.
fired them. And people said, why should they fire them? Nigerians are asking for a correct nation. Now, why should they fire them? Now, how would their family
Yeah.
eat? What would their
Be
family do?
serious. Is that what people
Yes,
said? Is that what people
yes.
said?
2 years ago, I remember Rita Dochi. I think it's Rita Dochi, I'm not sure, but please, if it's not her, please forgive me. Some policemen too were kicked off the force. And she now said, why did they fire them? That they should have just, reprimanded them and trained them. What would they eat? What would their family do? I'm like, bro, we don't understand the concept of action or inaction and consequences until it happens to
Exactly.
somebody in your family. Then you start
Exactly.
crying. Yes. So this didn't just happen here. This just it has been happening for a while now, but it has gotten to a level where
A long time.
The center cannot
The
hold
rot,
anymore. It's choking us
exactly.
now.
The rot eating deep.
Yes,
Eating too deep.
because just back then in 2020, when young people came out to fight against police brutality and were fighting for the rights of policemen, for better living, better structure, better housing, many Nigerians didn't come out to come and protest or even say anything.
No, they
They're just
self
looking like the children are making noise, they are disturbing us, they can't pass to gate again. Now
yeah.
it
Which
has come now.
is
Can you see? There's no it is only in Nigeria that you see policemen on the road and you be afraid because you don't know what will happen.
it's not even a lie. It's honestly not a lie. And I always say this thing on this pod, like be careful what you keep quiet on. Like be very careful what you're not putting your voice towards, right? Because the day you look for the people who are going to raise their voice with you, nobody's going to be there.
Nobody go help you. Nobody
Yeah,
go help you. Nigeria
no one.
is like rain. It will rain on everybody's household. So don't worry.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, I beg you, make you no
Mm.
rain on my
So
household,
please,
please.
my fellow Nigerians, if you are still in Nigeria, please, if you not ask, you sabi buy axe. If you sabi buy cutlass, buy cutlass. If you can buy shakabula, buy shakabula. Because the way it is, no AIG, no IG, no DPO, no CPO, no Nigerian security chief is
No
going.
rapid response.
See, in a normal country, when they kidnapped this family and it was going viral, Tinubu should have called all the security chiefs and told, like this was
Man,
live on television. You should have told them on television, if you cannot rescue these people, right, rescue them alive. Please, in 48 hours, hand in your resignation with no benefits. You guys are not going to have any benefits after resignation. If you cannot do it in
period.
48 hours, and trust me, they'll do it. They will find them.
Of
But because
course.
everybody is so fucking lazy,
Relax.
easy go lucky, there's no wahala, just let's be wearing our luck or let's be doing bullshit. These things happen. These things will continue
See,
to happen.
you know the truth, Nigerians will probably not. Will probably we always have very misdirectioned empathy. You know that thing we were talking about. Oh, and they let them some policemen go and they say, oh, why? How would their family feed? First of all, their family is not feeding because the government is not paying their salaries, and the
Yes.
salaries that are being paid are piecemeal compared to the levels and the ranks of those people, or even the current economic climate. It is nothing in comparison to what it is that they do for a living. The average policeman earns about 50K a month, and that is me actually being high hand. That's
And
maybe
that's if he
even
sees it on time.
that's if he sees it on time. Oh, so what is 50K going to do these days now? If you go to the supermarket and buy 10 items, 10 is too much. If you go to the
Ugochi,
supermarket and buy six
you blow
items,
50K in 3 hours. And it's not as if you
what are
spend it
you
frivolously.
about?
Oh. Say you
And
enter
guess
Uber,
who?
go do something, go buy
See,
something. It's done.
do you know that the other day I opened the Uber app from Lekki to VI was 10,000 naira.
They know they
How
10,000 now. Come on.
do you get what I mean? How can that be? It's just so crazy how much the economy has deteriorated. This one is not inflation. This is a complete breakdown of the economy.
They tell us that we should think long term, that they're working on things. Think long term.
How?
And my
Things
problem
have
is this, that
exploded.
they've been telling us, the political leaders have been telling us long term for how many years now? When will it get better for us? But you guys
When?
seemingly get richer. You guys seemingly get richer, but we get poorer.
It's so crazy. They say they remove they remove subsidies so that things can become no.
See,
We're knee
Ugochi,
deep
this year,
impoverished.
I'll tell you, 2024, it is going to hit 1,000 naira. This,
Stay no
they
fast
just don't know
now.
how to tell Nigerians yet because they know that it might be
But
very, very
they already
volatile.
started to put it out there
They are
this
testing
year.
many people now. Yes, now what bank says it
And
should
they
be
don't
one
dey come
five.
and talk
You don't
nothing
they don't they run now.
e already don dey in full effect o, as they don throw am at us wey we no talk anything, because that's what always happens. They throw
Yeah.
things at us and then we just be like nobody really does anything,
And
nobody
funny
says
thing is
anything.
that
Just
when you now say
leave.
you want to protest, you will not see policemen coming out in cars, bullion Black Marias that you've never seen before.
Because now then the money they drop now that time is, when they need when when you need, in Nigeria, for you to get quick response for anything, you drop bar down, you drop the bar
Yes.
first, so that you can get results sharp sharp. That's what pretty much happens. So it's just like, oh, they've not paid us all this while, shit, well, what are we doing now? And then they want the politicians want to rally up people real quick. They just band them together, drop one heavy bar for, not heavy, I use the word loosely, drop one heavy bar for them. Before you know it, they're like dogs with a bone, seeing only
See,
red and bleed and drooling. That's all they
I've said
like.
this now.
It's so
Until the
mad.
day, until the day it chokes us that we can't breathe anymore. We're like, oh, we're going to fight. We're going to, react back. That's when we'll be taken seriously in this country.
See,
That's
you
when
really
you go and
don't.
knock. You will knock on the door of your local government chairman. I say, "Guy, yeah, come out, come out. You have a few questions to ask."
Wahala for who knock oh.
Yeah,
I bet you go break the door down
yeah,
first.
you go break the door. But some people in
How?
Nigeria, you every day you go to church on Sunday. Lord, let this country be good. You don't know your local government chairman. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that.
Man, see, it's an actual mess. Like what we're living in this country right now. Um, and I would say that I probably am also part of the issue in a sense, because I've also come to that point where I'm sort of disconnecting mentally. I try to disconnect mentally from what's happening in Nigeria, not because I'm I'm so happy to be feeling safe and secure or something, but it's too much bad news at a time. Like,
Yes, they don't even space them
we're,
anymore.
do you get what I mean? Like, we're already suffering existential crisis by virtue of what's happening in our economy, in terms of lack of funding, blah blah blah, and we're still then talking about some other issues, and just like, why? What exactly is going on? This is too much for one person, or this is too much for a group of people at a time. Just
But
like,
we don't complete. So you see, the thing is that if somebody slaps you and you smile, the person will continue to slap you again. Now you might think you like BDSM or some shit. So I think Nigerians just love BDSM. That's the thing. You love
I feel
political
like
torture from our leaders.
I feel like one day there'll be a
You
resistance,
think you
and
can
that
try this for
resistance.
French? You think you can try this for French people? You slap them one, they slap you two. People that slap,
See,
they slap Macron. Macron be meeting people and they will slap him. It's us in Nigeria that we they revere politicians like that. Oh.
so one thing I know for sure is that we'll get this hardship and suffering cannot last forever. And at a
Because
point,
at this point, it be like say go last. Oh.
I don't believe so. There will always be that one indignant, oppressed person who is going to stand up to say no. And then a band of and more people would then be able to rise up. Nigerians largely we have huge crowd mentality. If one person starts it, every other
Yeah,
person
that's
follows.
true, sure. That's true.
Yeah, it's a blessing and a curse. We have mad crowd mentality. Once one person stands up, it just look at the full Nigerian system. Once one person does it, it becomes normal, and
Yeah,
that's how
Kukaton.
this thing happens. Do you
Guinness Book
understand?
of World Records Kukaton.
Now I saw stand that on. Abi, what was that one trying to do? It was
I
standing
went down
for.
now one Ghana chairman. After like 2 hours, he stopped. It is say easy.
It's still
It's
not
not easy now.
complicated. But like that's who we are as Africans. We learn by looking. However, we look for too long. Hence why the zombies
Our
now. But
mumu don't do. Our mumu
our
don't do.
he never do. We never cap here.
Speaking of Nigerians talking back, the good men and good women of the BBC released a three-part series about the late TB Joshua and how he was more or less running a cult. That trended for a while in Nigeria, amongst other things. People came out. A lot of people were surprised. I wasn't surprised because I knew TB Joshua when he started from day one,
You get
when he
what
was
I
really
mean?
looking occultic and cultish and everything, until he
From the
rebranded
spark.
and brought white people and started
Do you
bringing white people to
understand?
his church. Yeah, I'm not shocked. Some people came out to defend him. I'm not surprised because
His wife
uh,
being number one.
obviously, I don't think she even made a statement, but other people, some celebrities made statements. They said, "Oh, TB Joshua healed them or healed that somebody they knew or healed their children and or their parents." I'm like, it's fine, but you cannot take away the cloud over this man's name. It has been around for a while, and it has come out to light to more people right now. And I think a lot of people should use this as a lesson that the blind worship of men who call themselves men of God isn't very, very advisable for you to do, because you don't know what really pushes people behind the doors. Everybody comes out and says, "Oh, I believe in Jesus Christ." But now for inside room, you don't know that the person they use jazz. And it just shows that Nigerians, we need to be less gullible when it comes to things of religion. We need to ask questions. We're not saying should. I know Nigerians always say, "Touch not my prophet, and do not my prophet no harm," or something like that. That's the always quote we know.
Anointed, my
But if you can
prophet
just
no
say,
harm.
"Excuse me, sir, excuse sir, this thing you are doing doesn't really apply to biblical principles or what Jesus told us," it will be fine. All right. But in
Yeah.
between being oppressed by our political leaders, now we are being suppressed by so-called men of God. I think Nigerians just need to wake up. Really, it's like we are
Yeah.
in the Loose Talk podcast. I said Nigerians are the Walking Dead. Those are zombies. We just anywhere belly face we go. I also think it's part of conditioning. We are born into a system that you have to survive every single day. So you latch on to support what looks like support systems, but they're not support systems at the end of the day. They just imprison you mentally and physically and economically.
Very true.
Yeah. Did you watch the TB Joshua documentary?
So I watched one. I didn't watch the entire three
Yeah.
because, first off, as you rightly said, we don't dey hear TB Joshua gist since
You don't say no
the
be today.
90s. You understand? Even ni come, what's that man's name? I forgot his name.
I forgot his name. Yeah. He
Yeah,
did an
but
exposure
I
on him too.
remember. Yeah, like I remember watching it on Sunday. I think they used to do Nikombe on Sunday,
Yeah,
and
Sunday.
he
I
was
don't know
telling
why.
us
Sunday afternoon after coming back from church, get ready for
after
some
you come back from church, come
abnormal
and watch.
shit.
And I remember him going to the synagogue Church of All Nations and giving his own report to say like, man, there's something fishy going on in the church.
Yeah.
Of course, as you rightly said, Nigerians are highly protective of their religious leaders, and so that's fell on deaf ears. So me hearing it now in 2024 is just like, you guys be serious. Not that the interview or the documentary wasn't is not necessary. However, I feel that the person we're talking about now is late, and it just sort of fits like
Yeah,
it
sadly,
had.
sha.
Yes, it's
But
sort of.
I guess it's still necessary because people still go to the church anyway, just to let you know. Wait till they
You
sup.
know, 100%, right? I'm not saying that, or because that I'm not saying that it's not important. I'm saying
Yeah.
that the timeliness of it for me is just like I wish he was alive so that it was a.
Oh, definitely.
But
That would have it would have stung more. Yeah, it would have
do you
rocked the country
understand?
more.
But also taking like a deeper look into it, I watched his wife speaking at the pulpit in church just before the pod started, and there were people making jest, laughing at the woman who had said that one of the women who had claimed that, or who had said, claimed that the prophet had raped her and she had been in the church for 14 years. It
Yeah.
also just, I'm looking at all these things and I'm just like, and you guys still went to that church on Sunday to listen to what?
No pull up safe. Now their
Do
church
you
go
get what I
full
mean?
pass.
But is this same Nigeria that we have, that when young girls go home to tell their mothers, their fathers,
You
that they
see,
were raped?
we don't correlate things in this country. We don't tie it
You
all
understand?
together. We don't see the big picture ever.
They blame the girl for being too seductive, too beautiful, or too lustful, hence why she was raped, if at all they even believe her. Where we have placed our religious leaders in the position of gods and forgotten about the God who created the human being that is before you. Because I do not see anywhere in the Bible where it says that the anointed man of God has become a God. I don't remember. If there is, please point me in that direction. However, in Nigeria, what happens right now is that what has been happening for decades, even not let me not say right now, is that religion has taken front center in a lot of us, in a lot of our homes, and anything that attacks the home has attacked the economy at large, because that's what the economy is. The simplest, the smallest, simplest, most important unit is already attacked. And so
Yeah,
when
when
I'm
you attack
watching,
the family, everything is gone.
do you get what I mean? And I'm watching this TB Joshua's documentary, and I'm just like, Kai. I mean, the details are gory. I watched only one of
Yeah, I couldn't watch because me and I don't like exposing myself to like all those gory shit. But I knew that
Do you get what I mean?
he enter.
Ah, no. And away from that, like I maybe because of like proximity to the TB Joshua Church, I we always to hear these gists like normal. Of course, I didn't know some finer details like him. There's something they call those boys that were tending to his needs. Say like he puts
Hmm.
honey in his boxers. I'm just like, why was that important? What was the need for that?
I didn't even know he had like a separate daughter. That's like new information I found out. So that was good.
So I knew about that his daughter maybe some years ago,
Oh, for
because
real?
it's not the first. Yeah, like so again, I don't know. You know that the church is Ikoton.
Yeah.
What's the name of that place? So fuck, I can't remember. Sha, that Ikoton area of Lagos, and like my family house is not so far from that part. So of course you have people in the environ who go to that church. So we always used to just hear gist. Of course you say it's midwife tales and shit, but you just hear gist that you just and I also just watching TB Joshua growing up, it's just that thing where Nigerians like know God for yourself. Nobody's saying that really like you shouldn't be a lover of God, but you don't, as much as the community of God's people is important, you also need to find God for yourself, right? Like you cannot decipher the nature of God through another person's eyes solely. You must find God for yourself. And the Bible also even advises you to seek God for yourself in spirit and in truth, yourself, not through your pastor, not through the church the church community, for yourself. Seek God for yourself, because the way God is to you is going to be tailored to you, not to you and your pastor and everybody else in your church. Sometimes the message is not for everybody, the message is for you. So seek God for yourself. Invite the Holy Spirit to instruct you. Because now this mentality of putting the man of God as God of man is becoming too wild. It's becoming too crazy.
Too
And I'm
wild, man.
hearing things,
Yeah.
you understand? Like I'm hearing things about him having people in the church prophet, what they called, I can't remember the words that they were using to classify these people. And then you call me and you beat them. People's family. You beat people's fathers and mothers. You beat
You
them.
go chop slap, Oga. I know that anointing there, but you go chop that slap.
You understand that one? See, no even carry that one come. Oh, say we all of us did the church together. Make you come they slap me. Make you come they
I go
shout
give
for
you
me.
by the slap. You go shock you.
No grief for anybody. Oh, this 2024. Really, 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 we must not grieve, because why? I'm just hearing some things, and I do understand that as human beings, we all need a belief system to hold on to. However, you must also sometimes question your belief, because it's in questioning that you then find answers. Prayers is great, but if you're praying and you're not questioning, then how would you get answers? Nothing will this even Bible says ask. You must ask first. You must question. But you just keep quiet. You just they follow. If they tell you say tumble like this, you say you don't want to miss the kingdom of God. So that's why you agreed, or that's why you stayed there for a minute.
Missy
In
Elliott.
Nigeria, God I beg Sha. May God just really help us. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know like the people who still like have strong beliefs in these things, but know God for yourself, G. That's what I'm gonna
yeah.
say.
No go for yourself, especially in these crazy times in Nigeria.
I understand.
Yeah. I think there are things we wanted to speak about the security situation and the TB Joshua documentary. Since we don't have release therapies, because our mail is stuck in night post office or is stuck in the mailbox, we'll just go to flop of the week and pop of the week. I will have two interesting ones, and they're tied together. So let me start with prop. Earlier this week on Armed Forces Remembrance Day, Armed Forces Remembrance Day, January 15, I read a thread
Jesus.
that compiled the list of a few list of Nigerian soldiers who died on the battlefront fighting against Boko Haram and what they did.
God rest
And I was
his
moved. Like there are people in this country that still lay down their lives. You know, I read the story of a man who flies the jets, a fighter jets or yeah,
death.
and he was shot. His jet was shot by the terrorists. They had a anti air something rifle, and instead of him going back to base, to save his life, he crashed into them and killed all of them. He crashed into
Mado.
all of them on the ground and killed
Wow.
all of them, and he died. Other stories like that where there'll be an ambush. Like I heard that I read this particular soldier stopped, pushed back Boko Haram 4 times into Chad. He pushed them back into Chad 4 times. Then I think the last time or
Wow.
another time he was unsuccessful. I was like, wow. And these are
Wow.
stories that if our leaders have sense, we will put money into everything and bring out the stories of people who have laid down their lives for Nigerians to inspire Nigerians.
Amen.
But no, it was a random account on Twitter that I read about these men who laid down their lives for
Wow.
Nigeria so that Boko Haram and terrorists could be pushed back. And to me, that's the prop of the week. Every Nigerian soldier out there fighting in Borno, fighting
Shalala.
up north, who have laid down their lives, whether the ones that have laid down their lives or the ones who are currently fighting. Shout out to you guys. Because if it's left to
Thank
me, I am
you.
Tayo. I had to go Ghana. I had to go Ghana. I
Are
had
you
to go
able to
Ghana.
clap for them? Please provide
Yeah.
clapping sound.
Yeah, I need to do that. I will not go back in there.
Thank Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And like to all the military men that I know in my life, God bless you for the work that you do.
Yeah.
That we
Sorry.
sleep well at night.
Yeah.
that we
Because while we sleep here, even though we're not relatively safe, there are people out there in the forest, deep at night, fighting the evil forces on our behalf. And we need to thank
That's
them. I don't think the government does enough. I don't think January 15 is just by placing rates on their list. We need to hear these stories of gallant men and women who pay the ultimate price for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I think that's the least they could do, you know. But
yes.
big ups to everybody who is serving right now, who's in the war front. Thank you very much.
Thank
Now,
you.
for
Thank
flop
you
of the
so
week,
much.
as we are praising Nigerian soldiers, during this week,
God.
the Nigerian police force, despite the level of kidnapping in this country, the height of banditry
Yeah.
and everything that's going on, they did a press conference because I think they arrested some people. We don't even know those people are innocent. They just carry them for road. They now
Oh
said
my
our
God.
motto for 2024, no grief for anybody, can incite revolution in this
Period.
country and disorderliness. So
Yes.
we should stop saying it. And
Wakalor.
at this point, the Nigerian police force has gone beyond reality. It's like that movie that Sam Loco was inside, Police Recruit. I don't know if I've ever watched it. It's on YouTube. Go and watch Police Recruit.
I
It's now
watched it.
comedy. I
Oh
think
my
the
God.
Nigerian Police Academy, they deliberately invite imbeciles to become a part of the Nigerian police force. I believe so. That you must
I
be
think
low
I
an IQ, a certain IQ for you to become a Nigerian police officer. Because I don't know how a trained human being will come out, they'll give you a microphone, and this is what he thinks will make sense. That this is what he thought will make sense in 2024.
honest.
With all our security challenges, you're telling us no grief for anybody can lead to revolution. Oga, how? Oga Constable, how? If now 1,000 naira bribe, you won't call it, just say now 1,000 naira bribe. Which one is no grief for anybody can cause revolution in this country? It's
It's true
amazing,
now.
ladies and gentlemen.
Based, you know that the Nigerian police does not fight for this for the people.
No, they
It
don't
fights
fight.
for
There are two things the Nigerian police force does. They extort innocent Nigerians, and if you have
wow.
money, if you have the money to afford them, they'll do private security for you. Those are the only two things they
Simple.
do. That's all. Like
Exactly.
now, if you want from IGB now, if you have small money, you can hire Mopo with
See,
with their vehicle. You go hire them.
clean cars.
Clean,
Oh,
clean cars. They'll
wow.
be there. And look, even if you go to club for 10 hours, they'll be outside, still there, waiting for you. Yeah,
and they would
but they see innocent person. In innocent person, they say yeah, Yahoo boy.
see. Honestly, the Nigerian police has was not created to defend the average Nigerian.
No,
So
it
of
wasn't. It
course,
wasn't. It wasn't. It was to
no,
oppress Nigerians.
do you understand? So of course, no grief for anybody. It would definitely be a sound of revolution by the common man against probably the government someday. So of course, that's probably the type of revolution they're looking at it to raise. However, all of us we no grief for anybody. 2024, we know the
We no go grill. Police. No, I go do shit. No go for anybody. Like arrest me. You're mad. You're bastards.
body. Ayome they no arrest you, Sha, because you know
No,
say
my press
the
man.
arrest.
They know that. They know the arrest press man.
Fair point, fair point, fair point.
Yeah.
Let's hope so, Sha, because every day things are going in this country.
Things will occur.
Before we end the pod, I found out that sometime during the course of the week that Nigeria now has our passport has finally increased to giving us access to 45 countries in the world.
I pity the 45 countries.
And then we are visa free to 27 countries. I was like, wow,
Really?
the number has
27.
increased.
We thank
Yes.
God. We thank God. More countries for you to jackpot, ladies and gentlemen. More countries for you to jackpot. Thank you.
No be who get money they jackpa.
Abi, no be
Now.
who get money they
If
see. No be who get money they go buy now you go collect their passport.
hmm. No be Abi and that
Mm.
no be even first of all no be even by that one. The first of all, they say the passport is electronic now. We know that that one is not going
So
to work very well. However,
it's not. You know why?
people then say,
Because there's a syndicate. There's a cabal, right? That are making money off you coming into the custom
of
office to
course,
come and apply. So they're not going. They're going to do everything possible. It's like
to-
it's like electricity in this country now. Some people will never get prepaid meter because they still want to give you estimated billing to rip you off. That is it. That
exactly.
is why it still exists. So and it's
Exactly.
at the end of the day, no be leaders they do or something. We they do ourselves too. Because these are ordinary Nigerians who should make the country easier for everybody. But no.
Tales of two cities. Really, the tales of two cities.
Yeah. Really mad.
Very opposing stories.
Yeah.
God, I beg. Anyhow,
Thank you guys for listening to us. We had to record this one for you guys. It's been a blast. Don't let the stories coming out of Nigeria, demoralize you. Always look for ways to
exactly.
make yourself happy because in Nigeria, now you to make yourself happy. Oh. No, they look. Don't they wait for
God,
anybody. Your happiness
find the
belongs to
silver
you.
lining.
Yeah, your happiness belongs to you at the end of the day.
100,
So yeah,
100%.
yeah. Please don't forget to send
Um,
us fan mail at family@234essential.com. And also for release
and
therapy, you can send your mail there.
follow us also on every social media platform at 234 Essential. Please listen to our previous episode 11B, very important, so that you can
Yes.
catch up on all the gist and fun that we've had on the podcast for the year 2024.
Yeah.
Um, I think I want to give a shout out to landlady of Lagos. She's been keeping me up to date with what's happening on on podcasting front as well as what's happening in Nigeria. So big ups to landlady of Lagos. Yeah, be kind people,
Be kind and be safe out there, ladies and gentlemen.
please.
Okay, it's
Bye.
a wrap.
See you guys next week for
Yep.
another powerful episode.